Okay, disclaimer, we are not professionals. We are not mechanics. We are just trying to save some money doing this ourselves. So if it helps someone, great. If not, sorry, but this is how we fixed our car. We are fixing our car, and it's more for just sharing our experience with you than anything. We are not, I repeat, not responsible if you follow what we do. We're just showing you what we did to save some money, because we can't afford to spend hundreds of dollars for a garage to fix things. So let's get into it. Okay, Tony with RT WeGo here, and it's kind of a cool day. It's about 32-ish degrees out, but we could have picked a more warm day for this, but here we are. Today we are working on 2014 Chevy Cruze. We're going to work on water pump and replace that, and we're going to replace the valve cover gasket and spark plugs. So let's check it out. This is what we're looking at. As we can see around this water pump, we definitely have some leaking going on around it. So that is very obvious right there. That definitely has to be replaced. And then on this other side, looking at the thermostat, I was wondering if there's going to be an issue or not with it, but luckily, let me get to where we can see down here. This is all dry under here. There is nothing leaking around the thermostat or that plastic water feed housing that goes on it, which I hate when they put plastic parts on an engine. But anyway, so we probably won't fool with the thermostat today just because it doesn't look like it's needing it just yet.
Okay, where do you want it?
I want it under the oil pan.
So, there.
I can't really see, but sure. It looks like it's under the oil pan. Okay, make some pressure. Don't actually jack up on it yet, but just make contact, make pressure with the oil pan. Make sure you use something to cushion it. We've got a pack of rags there. Our jack would actually not fit and manipulate the jack.
It's not long enough.
So we had to cheat just a little bit and jack the car up just a hair, so we had room to manipulate this handle. Now, let's proceed with the water pump. Removing this hose clamp. This clip has a safety pull on it. You gotta pull this little safety tab back.
I know. I saw it earlier.
I'm explaining to the video.
Oh.
This clip, when you kick it loose, it's got a little safety tab you have to pull back. It's underneath. You pull it back, then you can remove this clip. We got a zip tie thing here holding that. We can cut that, or just pop that loose. Okay. Down here on the bottom, can we see this? Hang on, let me see. Make sure we can see that. Give your hand. Got this air hose here, has to come off. Just pulls out. Sit it aside. And then we can lift this air box out of the way. All right. Now, we can go ahead and take care of these, what do you say they were, 15 millimeter bolts for the engine mount, because we will need to raise this engine up. Let me get us in here where we can see this a little better. We will need to be able to take these out so we can raise this engine up, because this framework is in the way of getting these bolts on the pulley.
Maybe not. Well, the engine didn't fall, so that's success number one.
Okay, let's raise the engine up just a little bit more so we can get to this. What we're going to do is run an extension on here so we can reach over this ledge. A little bit more there. Okay, hold up. I think I've got it there. Yeah, it feels like that caught. This is using the T45 hex bit. Get in here. All right, let's get some pressure on that and spin this pulley a little bit. So I'll raise up on that tensioner. And then I'm gonna turn this. All right, we're on top there. You want me to do this one? You want me to do it? Now, once we get this third pulley bolt out, then we can actually take the belt off of the pulley. That will make it, we just got the belt on there to make it easier to turn these so we're not dealing with a spinning pulley.
Yeah, but now we have a torqued pulley, so I can't pull it directly out. I can probably twist it out more, but the pulley is pushing out the bottom.
So let's go ahead and pull the belt off.
Or strip a screw.
And somewhere along the way in here, I will add the diagram of how this belt fits back on. It's fairly simple looking. Well, there we go. All right, you can lift it up. Belt is off. This annoying little hose is still sitting here. I'll hold this pulley for you so it doesn't turn. Pulley. Yay! Now we can get our E10 socket and work on these bolts on the water pump. Okay, and before I totally forget, I'm going to put the catch pin under here.
With who knows what already inside of it.
It's been a while since I've used it, yes. Put that underneath. Now, that should catch anything that you might want to slide out. Let me try to adjust this camera a little bit. There are 5 of these. I don't have the right angle here. There are 5 of these E10 bolts on this water pump. There are 3 across the top, 2 underneath, one towards the front, one towards the back.
Ratchet is so old. 1 second. Your ratchet is old.
You don't like my ratchet?
No, I don't like the ratchet. The head keeps falling off.
He doesn't like my ratchet. Oh. Okay, so he's going to use his ratchet instead of mine.
Wow. Look how easy that was. No, jokes aside, it was actually falling off the front of your ratchet.
Well, either you didn't have it on all the way,
No,
or
it was on
this
all the
is
way.
just
It's
well
just
worn.
loose.
Well worn. Okay.
It's
But mine is Craftsman.
battle scarred. I think mine is too.
No, yours isn't Craftsman.
No, mine's Heart.
Yep.
Well, you know what? It's not falling off of mine, so
Is that the one I got you for Christmas?
probably.
A couple years ago.
Yeah. The only tools I really have, aside from the screwdrivers I bought for working on that Del Sol. Oh, the Del Sol has been sold, by the way.
Yes.
For those of you that were around for
The ones who have seen the Del Sol videos with
Yeah.
the water pump issue and so forth.
Not water pump issue.
I mean, sorry, the fuel pump issue and so forth. It is gone.
I sold it around Christmas time to a guy who knew better how to fix it than I did. So
And it turns out that basically the computer was really old, and some of those
the capacitors in the ECU were leaking, and I did not feel comfortable trying to solder on an ECU, considering I have never done it before.
so he let it go. And
I also don't have the capability with where I work to just bring a heat gun with me everywhere to heat it up so the car will start.
so he's looking for something else.
Yeah.
The one that was ordered online does not match at all the one that came out of the car. So we went down to our buddies at O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and we got one that matches. One that actually is the same kind of water pump. Excuse the dog next door, he is a bit annoying. But anyway,
The only difference is this guy's.
we're gonna, yeah, the gaskets are usually different. This one is still actually on the vehicle. We need to make sure we get it out. We need to clean that area up with some brake cleaner and paper towel. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use some brake cleaner and clean on this a little bit. Make sure all the grime and stuff is off of it. Here is what we are dealing with. This is where it will go back in. As you can see, there's not really a whole lot of room. Get your hands stuff in here as you've seen us working on this. We will get that back in. And then we can work on getting this back together and start refilling the system and bleeding it. That's one thing that's very important to do, is bleeding the system. A lot of videos that I looked at before doing this, they really didn't say anything about bleeding the system. I found one, but that's a very important aspect that you want to make sure you do, is to bleed the system. Okay, so let's see if we can get this back in here. Start getting it mounted. Went ahead and had the bottom bolt already in the pump, so we can catch that bottom hole and start it. Hopefully get it threaded. Feels like that actually started. One at the top here just to hold it up here in place, as we can see it wants to drop out. I don't want that gasket to come loose in there. All right, get that in finger tight. Here, get this bottom one in here. Finger tightened.
Did you get the new gasket on there, clean and everything?
Yeah, it's all on there. It's all been wiped off. I just snugged them down a little bit. I didn't actually tighten them or anything. Those are only going to like 15 foot-pounds anyway.
Like I said, when they stop turning. Where are the screws for the pulley?
They are up there.
Oh.
Did you happen to have the thing underneath lined up to where it's standing up, like the holes on top?
Heh.
Oh, here. Here you go.
It's supposed to go specifically.
Well, you want those to match, and you want to be able to get into them.
Yeah. See what they have the belt on here.
Huh?
So let's see what they have the belt on here. This is put belt back on so that it's tight when you try to.
Well, let's go ahead and snug them down so we don't have to go very far with them. In the meantime, I will.
Just give me this janky old ratchet again.
Janky old ratchet has served me longer than you've been alive.
Yeah, it looks like it ain't gonna be much longer.
Okay.
So there's your belt.
It goes under the bottom down here.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, let me just put this on here. And I'll take the tension off of this, and you can just.
Yeah, I can't reach all the way down in there.
Really? You just
I don't
did?
think. Is that in?
Yeah.
Is that on?
What was that about not reaching all the way down in there?
Is that around the belt on the backside like it's supposed to be?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Turn that
well,
a little bit so I can snug it up.
Turn what? A little bit. Oh, this. Right there.
A little bit forward. The flange is going to block it. Until it turns. Ooh, sunglasses. And until it turns.
Okay. Now, so we went back next. Motor mount.
Is there not more that came out? No, I guess not.
No. Motor mount.
Which means I have to slowly
Well,
put this down a little bit.
let's see if these line
They're
up.
not lined up. Not at all.
Yeah, please don't let it down fast. Let's let it down
Yeah.
ever so gently, just a touch.
Just got this jack, so I have to find the.
Yeah. Have to play with it and get the.
Is it going?
Honestly, I think we can put these in right here, almost.
So did you go down?
Hang on just a second. What it is we want it to be kind of level. We want it to make sure it's.
Yeah.
It does need to go down just a hair. I'm gonna try to get it lined up with the line where it was before. All right, that looks pretty close to where it was lined up before.
All right, I stopped it. Now those were decently hard to get off.
Right. So let's lower it down just a scooch more. Just a little bit. See if it shifts or what have you.
I don't know where the sweet spot's at. I found it.
I'm not seeing anything moving. So,
It did move a little bit. See if you can tighten it some more.
all right, let's set the elbow to 50 psi, foot-pounds. Yep. Yep. Let's turn it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're having fun putting that back in.
No.
Yeah, this part, you gotta push that little grommet in there.
Yeah.
That big grommet, sorry. Oh, you squished it.
No, I fixed it.
All right. While you're tightening that up, I'm gonna go ahead and put this hose that was constantly in our way back in here. That's in. We'll reinsert that. Push the little safety tab down. All right. That goes back in there. All right. Have you seen the videos where they take and they put like 2 holes and then the one line across and make them look like they're crying when they pour the oil and the coolant and stuff?
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, it'll take a little bit. We're gonna let this sit and do its thing for just a moment. Yeah, that'll take a while.
Yeah.
And then once we're sure it's done with the bubble stuff, we will start it up and
We'll bring you back then.
bring you back on here. Okay, so the gurgling and bubbling has stopped. So that has stopped going down. We've filled it back up to the to the fill line there. What we're going to do now is we're going to open, see that yellow cross there? That is the bleeder valve. We're going to open that bleeder valve.
Sorry, I hear buzzing. That sounds electrical. Where am I going again? It's
That
over
yellow, yeah, that yellow thing. Open that up. I wouldn't take it all the way out. I would unscrew it just about all the way and then kind of give it another quarter turn back in so it doesn't pop out. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, start it up and get about 2,000 RPM and hold it there for a little bit. Go ahead and turn your heat on and just let it idle, let it warm up some. Because what we need to see is we need to see the fan cycling on and off. What we don't want to see is any new liquid coming out around that. Put it on the top side, and I've got no way to see the bottom on it. Okay, so I've never actually played with one of these before or bled one of these before, but I had closed the bleeder valve for a few minutes because nothing else was coming out. But I opened it up and there was a small little bit coming out, and then nothing for quite a while. So there's air coming out of the system, but now it's starting to flow again. So I think we finally got all the air out of the system. So I'm going to close this. Okay, well, we are finished with the water pump, and we're going to leave the thermostat for now. It's not leaking. There is a code for the thermostat, but we're going to wait for a little bit better day to do that. We're going to be losing light in about an hour, and the temperature is starting to drop again. So, but right now everything is running fine with it. We will come back and do the thermostat and revisit the valve cover gasket. Not really seeing a big oil leak. Someone had said there was, that I looked at it before, but we're not seeing it. Had the oil changed recently and nothing seems to be coming down. It's still good on this stick. So we'll look at that another time. But anyway, that's the 2014 Chevy Cruze water pump replacement. So if that helps someone, great. We are just sharing our experience with you that we had to do this because we don't have the money to spend hundreds of dollars at a garage to fix it. So we are not mechanics, we are not professionals. We're just doing what we can to save some money. If it helps you, great, but don't follow what we say because we're just kind of winging it. We're just kind of trying it and see what happens. But anyway, hopefully you all have a good day. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate you, and we'll see you again soon.